Well, those were our headlines, and here is our first story. Let's turn our attention now to the annual summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization that's taking place in the Tajik capital, Dushanbe. 7 years have passed since the SCO was founded back in 2001. The young grouping is growing rapidly and having its impact quickly felt on the international stage. It's also facing unprecedented challenges.
Once again, the heads of the SCO member states held their annual meeting. Dushanbe saw how the organization defines its mission. On Thursday, leaders from China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan gathered for their summit. Also on hand were 4 observer countries: Mongolia, Iran, Pakistan, and India, and Afghan President Hamid Karzai. The leaders issued a declaration on their common stance on the current major international issues, reviewed the past achievements, and drew up a blueprint for the future. With a combined area of more than 60% of the Eurasian continent, a fourth of the world's population, and a third of the global gas and oil reserves, the SCO has been rising in influence since its establishment in 2001. Regular meetings on the ministerial level and the major institutions are now in place, namely the Secretariat in Beijing and the regional anti-terrorism structure in Tashkent. The organization's phase of consolidation is now complete. The SCO has become an irreplaceable force to safeguard regional peace and security. Joint anti-terrorism exercises are regular within its framework. Last August, the organization held its biggest military drill to date, codenamed Peace Mission 2007.
上合组织是成立2001年。
The SCO was born when the region was faced with threats from Taliban and Chechen terrorists and the internal 3 evil forces, namely terrorism, extremism, and separatism. Through the joint efforts of the past 7 years by its member states, militant separatist activity in Central Asia has calmed down noticeably. Without the SCO, there would be no stability in the region.
But the SCO must always remain on alert. Here in Afghanistan, the Taliban returns, stronger and deadlier.
Exactly, we have 80 to 100% control here. Power is all in the hands of Taliban.
Meanwhile, narcotics are smuggled from Afghanistan to Central Asia, Western China, and Russia, leading to growing numbers of drug addicts and HIV infections in those areas. Both the spread of Islamic fundamentalism and the expansion of the drug trade are major SCO concerns. The leaders have agreed to give priority to the problems in Afghanistan and improve the work of its contact group with the country. Given that one root cause of terrorism is poverty, fighting poverty will help remove its breeding ground. Along with security cooperation, economic integration is another wheel driving the SCO forward. Trade volume between China and the other SCO members has nearly tripled in 6 years, reaching over $45 billion in 2007. The Chinese government has promised to extend $900 million in loans on favorable terms for other member states, and launched a program to train 1,500 professional personnel. But the potential has yet to be fully explored.
Development of member economies is at different levels. Sometimes it's hard to satisfy each party's interests. Besides the lack of funds, the differences in banking systems and laws are also hindering the economic integration of the SCO. Still, the member economies are complementary. They can boost cooperation in energy, transportation, telecommunications, and agriculture.
Economic development requires political stability. Though the color revolutions in Kyrgyzstan in 2004 and Uzbekistan in 2005 seem to have faded away, many uncertainties linger. Political crises are on the verge of breaking out unless internal power conflicts are eased. But that will take time, as these former Soviet republics are still in transition.
Since
the dissolution of the Soviet Union, especially since the September 11th attack, Central Asia has become an important geopolitical area, and as a newly emerged energy base, its strategic position is on the rise. Many big powers are eyeing on this region. That puts great pressure on the SCO.
One important issue for the fate of the SCO will be how it relates to other powers present in the region, most notably the United States.
Twice a week we're authorized to have 2 air.
Washington has always sought influence in Central Asia. It tried to use the color revolution to bring what it considers an acceptable form of democracy. But the revolutions brought instability. So Washington now has its Great Central Asia strategy, stressing cooperation with the 5 Central Asian states as well as India and Pakistan. But the leaders at Dushanbe are determined to act in the best interests of their countries. The SCO has already survived 7 years of testing from both inside and outside. Its members see nowhere to go but forward.
Well, following September 11th, there were predictions of a premature death of the SCO. Instead, the past 7 years has seen an accelerated development. The SCO is growing, and with so many challenges ahead, the parties concerned will have to strengthen their unity in order to address conflicts in a peaceful way and to develop a common vision for the region's future. Up next, we're going to talk about political unrest in Pakistan. Stay with us for that.